In this week's episode of The Enthusiast, the Phantom 2026 Annual is out and we're going to be doing an unboxing video for the Phantom's Annual and so much more in this week's episode. And coming up on this week's show, we've got the Phantom 2026 Annual. In the publisher's news this week, we've got the new Phantom book from Art9, a comic book mail call. In the creators news this week, we've also got the new Jeff Weigel Sunday Phantom art panel. We're going to have a look at that, and we're also going to talk about the story that also features for the art panel as well. On The Enthusiast this week, we're going to be doing a unboxing, you could say, of the 2026 Phantom Annual, and we're going to be doing that right now live on this week's episode of The Enthusiast. This is what Phantom 2026 Annual looks like out on the plastic. It looks really cool. We've also got this year's replica. And it's coming out right now. Look at that replica series at the back. That is so awesome. Okay, this is what the cover looks like out of the bag. We've just popped it open out of the bag. It is unboxed, you could say, and it looks really cool. It's a really hypnotic looking cover, and it's really cool. It's even cooler looking at it up close. Like, one thing it is, you can look at a picture, but you don't get the sense of how cool it looks on paper. The 2026 Annual, the Phantom, and, as if you cannot tell, Mandrake. Wow. We also have the 2026 replica of the Phantom, the King of the Beasts. The King of the Beasts, number 36. That is this year's addition to this year's Annual, as we normally do get some kind of Phantom replica book. We only just have that. We have the book as well, and this is the main event this year. This is the main event of this week's show, pretty much. So the first story we have is Mandrake's Bon Voyage. Then we have the Missing Ava Tricks. We have Lights, Camera, Danger. Daily stories from Mandrake the Magician as well. I thought it was just going to be the Phantom and Mandrake the Magician, but I guess when you really think about it, there's probably not that many stories where the Phantom and Mandrake the Magician are in one story, so why don't you just put in some daily stories from Mandrake the Magician? It makes sense. It truly does. We also have our fourth story is Trouble in the 12 Nations, Shadows on the Devil Road, Still Lovely, Still Deadly, The Magician's Curse Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. That looks to be a new story done by Andrew Constant with art by Kay. Part 2 is written by Jeff Dwyer and art by the same person called Kay. Part 3 is then wrote by Andrew Constant again and art by Kay. In this week's publisher's news, a new Phantom book from Art9 will be coming out soon, and the cover for the book will be up on your screen right now. The book will be reprinting two classic Phantom stories by Lee Falk and Ray Moore. The stories will be included The Mysterious Girl, ooh, and The Golden Circle. We all know how good a story that is. And the book is titled The Phantom Die Classica. It is due for release next month in March. We'll have another look at the cover that is up on your screen right now, and we will also be showing interior pages as well from the comic book. You can now watch my show, The Enthusiast, is everywhere. It is truly everywhere. There is not one spot that The Enthusiast is not in. It is everywhere. It practically is. The Enthusiast, where the passion for the Phantom doesn't waver. New episodes weekly on Tuesdays, and I will also be putting a link to the podcast down in the description down below. It's always down there for easy convenience. This week, I've got some new Phantom comics. How good is that? And we are going to be doing a latest mail call. So, what are these Phantom comics? As far as I know, because obviously I bought them, as much as I know, they are Mad Cave Studios, the Phantom issue number 4, and there's also going to be a variant cover in here as well. So, yeah, that's really, really cool. So, we have got these comics. We bought them from Kaboom Comics in Toowoomba. So, shout out to Kaboom Comics for, well, I bought them, they sent it to me, so shout out to sending these comic books to Phantom Cave Reviews. We have finally got it out. That is awesome. That is the greatest achievement for this week. Opening this bag was more easier and simpler than opening that box. Yes! Great packaging. Great packing by Kaboom Comics. You can tell when a great packer packs their comics, because if it doesn't take the person possibly 8 minutes or 9 minutes to finally open the whole thing, if it doesn't take you long, very, very long to unpack what you've already just was packed, then the person who packed it did a great job. They did an awesome job. So shout out to Kaboom Comics. You've done an absolute great job in packing these Phantom comics. And yeah, I'm quite impressed because that literally took me 8 or 9 minutes to get that open. Wow. Wow. Are they in plastic? Yeah, they're in plastic. Woo-hoo-hoo. They're in plastic. Ho-ho-ho. That means Brad doesn't have to back and sell any comics. Yes. So we have recently bought the Phantom issue number 4 from Mad Cave Studios. It's a new series from Mad Cave Studios, and now I have issue 4 from the comic book series. We didn't just pick up this amazing cover by Freddie Williams. We didn't just buy one Phantom comic. No, we bought 2. So we've also got one of the variant covers from the Phantom issue number 4 from Canaan White. How cool does that cover look? It looks even better in person than it does on an actual photo. How cool does that look? That is awesome. I have been loving the vibrant colors that she's been bringing to Phantom covers made by Mad Cave Studios, because they just look wow, they just look amazing. I can't get over this. Wow. That is really, really cool. Okay, oh, that's very, really, really funny. That's really, really cool. Okay, with these Phantom comics, we also, unrelated, but we also got a sticker! We got a sticker. We're gonna have to zoom in close to the sticker, because, you know, it looks really, really like Boss Game Video style. Boss Game Video style. I hope you enjoyed this week's mail call on the Enthusiast. I'll, of course, also shout out to Kaboom Comics if I haven't already done that in Toowoomba for helping me with getting these beauties, and for also helping me getting this new sticker. I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but hey, it looks cool. Coming soon on the channel, we will be reviewing issues 1, issue 2, issue 3 of the Phantom, coming soon to Phantom Cave Reviews. So stay tuned for that. I think issue 1 is dropping in the next week or 2, and I think every week there will be a comic book review coming out from the series. So that's going to be really, really cool. We've also, on Phantom Cave Reviews, we're also going to be putting out some other comic book related Phantom content. We've got a few more reviews happening. I think one of them is the Christmas special. One of them is the first issue that came out this year, the Golden Eye Pirates. We've got a review of that coming soon. We've got, of course, the 3 reviews of the Mad Cave Studios, the Phantom series. And we're going to be bringing out the final 2 comic book reviews of the volume 3 and volume 4 of the Phantom series from the big budget books from 1987. We're also going to be bringing out a new collector's archive video as well. Be looking at a heap of different variant covers that have been published in issue 1 and issue 2 of this comic book series from Mad Cave Studios. We're going to be doing all of that, and that will all be coming out on Phantom Cave Reviews in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be really, really awesome. There's going to be a heap of videos coming out. I can't wait for everyone to see what we've got brewing up at Phantom Cave Reviews. And you can now get 14% off on all things Hermes Press with the code Enthusiast 2022. Whether you are looking for something new to read on an afternoon after a hard day's work, there's always something for you to find at Hermes Press today. Well, we haven't done one of those for a while, but that was smooth. Okay, in this week's Creators News, Jeff Waggle has recently revealed what the new Phantom Sunday Phantom art panel will look like. The story has also been confirmed as a story titled 1536. Tony DePaul, the writer on the Phantom Daily and Sunday Script, has also, this week, he has also wrote in his latest blog post on his website called The Nichols of Old. We'll have a couple of screenshots from his website regarding the post up on your screen right now, and has said that this story will involve the first Phantom in trying to get home as he was washed up ashore before ultimately seeking the help of the Bandar. And that will be quite an interesting story, I think, because it will be interesting not only because we obviously get a new Sunday Phantom story and the art will look really, really good, but it will be interesting to see where this story and some of the artworks in the story will lead off to. Will we get, because he's mentioned that there's this sailor, he's washed up on the shore. Is this going to be like a reimagining of the origin story? Or is this going to be something else entirely? Is this going to be a new interpretation of what happens to the Phantom as he's washing up on the shore before he becomes the Phantom? I think that is the play. I think that's what the story is going to be about. And if you enjoy Phantom Cave Reviews, what do you think of the 2026 Phantom Annual? And then subscribe to see more great videos like this. And as always, keep Phantom Caving, and you will see another new episode of The Enthusiast really, really soon.